Hello and welcome to the Chronically Online Podcast, episode 19. Wow, we're almost at 20. What on earth is going on?
Two big ones. I know. We just have to acknowledge the fact that we're so disorganised we can't believe we made it this far.
Yeah.
I should say I'm this disorganised. I don't want to blame George.
No, we probably both are, to be fair. But I'm going to stop saying, I can't believe how far we've got every single fucking time. That's the last thing I'm going to say. That's the intro. It's just our catchphrase now. Just like disbelief in our
That'll
own
be on
ability.
the show in the future. Can't believe we made it this far. Bruh and he goonin'. This is the first three.
What a combo of catchphrases. So this podcast is all about marketing and memes and geeky things as well. So we are two marketing professionals, and what we like to do is chat about marketing updates that we've noticed in the industry or with clients or with anybody, with brands. Also chat about memes that could be used from a brand's perspective.
Yes, sir.
And also chat about general geeky things as well. So video games, anything like that. And this first meme I'm going to talk about today, episode 19, is the fart meme sound effect. Okay, so imagine like the most famous fart meme sound effect.
It had to be a fart, bro.
Yeah. So I have a personal YouTube channel, as you know, and on my personal YouTube channel, I do lots of different things. And right now, I'm in this period of doing Warhammer 40k lore.
Drop the name, George. Promo it.
Jam Punch Storytelling.
Jam Punch Storytelling. Like, subscribe, follow.
Thank you. Yeah, so Jam Punch Storytelling, all about Warhammer 40k lore. If you're into that, yeah, you'd never guess that we're a couple of nerds. Warhammer 40k lore. Please give it a listen, give it a watch. I'm making lots of shorts. So shorts, 30-second videos, something like that, where I'm talking about the Emperor and the Horus Heresy and stuff. So what I did was I saw this one edit that I made. When I uploaded it to YouTube, YouTube flagged it and said, okay, we're going to restrict the ads on this video because there's some imagery or a word that we don't like.
Heresy.
Yeah, basically, yeah, but in real life. And I thought, okay, that's weird. I couldn't think of anything in it. And then I re-edited the video, and I thought maybe it's the word death, because I said the word death.
Oh, yeah, stop being what you have to say unalive these days or some dumb shit.
But the crazy thing is that I feel like I've put the word death in lots of videos before, and they've never been flagged. So I don't know what it was. But anyway, I tried taking out the word death, but I needed to put something else there, like a censor sound, like the beep, but I didn't want to put the beep because then it sounds too much like a TV show, I didn't like the beep. So I thought, okay, what other like random meme sound could I put there? And this is what I ended up with.
Not all blood duels are to the death, and some have highly ritualistic and specific victory conditions.
That's it. So then I flashed up a little like emoji of a swearing face at the exact moment.
It's legit.
And YouTube allowed that, and they were like, yeah, that's fine.
That's
and
legit.
They put full ads on the video again.
Hey, we're getting paid, son.
Yeah,
I love that. And
so insane.
My favourite go-to is I'm not sure. This is harking back to OG YouTube. Do you remember Epic Mealtime?
Yes.
And the seagull swear, that's still my favourite to this day. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So random. Why a seagull?
But that's my go-to. But the fart, hey, that's a new one.
Yeah.
I have to look into this fight you're talking about.
And you can tell that, like, you can tell what I said. It wasn't like a secret. Like the word didn't, the censor
It did
sound,
just enough to get through the censor.
Yeah, like I don't even know if it was like manual review or automated review. I doubt if it was manual.
Nah.
I've had one video manual reviewed once in my whole channel. And I'm wondering like, okay, I'm happy that someone at YouTube just sat there watching my video for like 5 minutes. But yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know they did that on like first policy. I thought that was only upon review.
It was, I think. I think it was like many years ago. Because I've had the channel since 2016 now. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But it was a few years ago, and an automation flagged my video, and I thought, I don't think that's correct.
I thought they just watched it and was just like, hey, man.
No. No, it was an incorrect flagging. So then I appealed it.
Yeah.
They sent one of their humans to actually manually watch my video.
And they're humans.
Yeah, they cleared it. But yeah, that's my advice, is that if you're a really important, respectable brand, just put in a fart sound effect to cover YouTube's ads policies. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I just thought the meme of the episode is just the fart sound effect and how that really helped me with my content.
I bet that helped the short performance, didn't it?
I think it did. I think people would acknowledge it. Yeah, people acknowledged it in the comment section. It's funny, something I've noticed is with the Warhammer 40k stuff, people are such intense fans of Warhammer 40k that they don't often acknowledge weird shit happening in the video.
No, they're just talking about the Emperor or whatever's going. Yeah,
like fans are there for the lore.
Yeah.
You can put like a silly joke in front of them, like, hey, that's fine, but they won't talk about it. They'll be talking about like a mistake I made.
Anyway,
in the lore.
Vulcan.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You're into the Warhammer 40k lore as well, aren't you?
Yeah. Mainly from Space Marines 2. And then from Space Marines 2, like I bought a physical set. This is where my chimp brain kicks in again, because like I liked playing it, but I am not painting it. I'm not doing. I do not have the precision or the patience to paint it. So I may look on eBay to like buy a pre-painted kit, because I'd rather just play the game.
Okay,
like,
so you're aiming for the game.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but I know people get into the craft of painting and stuff. I'm like, nah, that's not me, bro.
Yeah,
I actually enjoy. I've got some of the audiobooks, so I've gotten the one about the first Primarch, the Lion. I've got his audiobook, and I've got the one about Vulcan. I can't remember what number Primarch he is, but
Vulcan is from the Salamanders.
Yeah, is it fifth?
I don't know.
Yeah, but he's from one of the chapters in the Salamanders, and obviously they're the Dark Angels.
Dark
the
Angels,
Lions.
Lionel Johnson's from the Dark Angels. That's number one. Yeah.
So those two are pretty freaking goated. And I do have Rogel Dawn's one as well. From he's the main one that sparked like many different chapters. We're putting the nerd stuff at the front right
the
now.
Imperial Fist.
The
Rogel
Imperial
Dawn.
Fist, but then that spawned the
Black Templars.
and I've George knows how to fill in the gap. You've had to dive deep. If you get one thing wrong, they will hound you for it.
Yeah, this is it.
You got to get it right.
They don't care about the fart sounds, but if you pronounce Lionel Johnson as Lionel Johnson, they're like, what the fuck is your channel? Please delete it.
I'll kill you. I rate that, but no, I can tell why the fan base is so intense.
Yeah.
It's such a deep universe. It's so cool.
It is.
And it's almost like when we talked about Helldivers on the last episode, like they've got good levels of propaganda around the lore that you're like fully loyal to whatever chapter you like and things like that. Although it depends on the day for me, because when I was playing the game, I was like, online, I remember, because you can customize your online guy. I had 2 customizations for depending on how I felt. I was either a salamander or I was a Black Templar.
Right.
There was no in between. One's a crazy religious zealot, the other one fights for good, basically, or as good as the Space Marines can get. So it depends on the day, mate. Depends on the day. But shouts out to Space Marines, Warhammer, all of them, because orcs are a second favourite for me.
Oh yeah,
I just love the fact that they can manifest things into real life.
That's crazy. Also, I feel like the orcs will be more likely to laugh at farts.
Yeah. I feel
Just
like,
in general.
next time put an orc face on it going, laughing at that.
Oh man, yeah. But that's the lesson of the episode. Put in a fart meme sound effect to use the censor to get past YouTube's ad policies.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
Big takeaways.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. So the marketing update, the marketing insight that I want to talk about today, we talked about content pockets, and there's something that in your agency you recommend doing. It's absolutely something that's worked for me as well. Is the concept of content pockets for a marketing strategy, a social media strategy specifically, and that basically means a different format, a different style of image or post or video. It's a kind of a smattering of different styles spread across a week or a month, but ultimately there'll be 1 or 2 or 3 content pockets that will look the same. There is a TikToker that I love. That is, love's maybe a strong word. TikToker I like. She's all right. Comedy TikToker.
That one's for the wife.
Yeah. No, it's not that. It's more like I just think she's funny, but like she needs to start doing more.
Oh, okay.
But she's funny. But yes, comedy TikTok account, and she has content pockets. And it's just interesting because I was browsing her account going,
you can see it from the outside.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see how she's deliberately trying to do like multiple iterations of the same content pocket again and again, and it works. I like it.
Yeah.
Nicole Murrah, don't know if you know the name. You might know the audio. Nina, warning.
Yeah. Wait.
Do you really?
I think I know the last bit of it.
She's standing like outside a club or in a street or something.
Yeah.
And she's like about to go out, and she goes, Nina, warning. I'm out tonight, babe, so make sure you hide your man, hide your minge. I've got the tightest it's crude as fuck. Like, she's really funny.
Proper.
Yeah, I like her. But she does that one kind of content pocket where it's that same setup. She's standing outside, dressed up to go out. She says the Nina warning catchphrase, and she talks about minges. Then she also does another content pocket where she's in the gym.
Okay.
And in the gym, she's got this like crazy face filter on where it just like squashes her body like this, like an hourglass, like to a ridiculous degree, like properly squashed. And she's like, hey, babes, join me on my gym get-together. So I'm going to be doing this. And whoops, just stop for a selfie. Like all this.
Yeah.
Like it's proper like piss-takey, funny gym video.
So I was trying to find something similar. But
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. But she's trying to do this as a kind of like an entirely separate content pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, she's got those two very different, very deliberate, different content pockets. One's the standing outside, Nina warning thing. One is the over-the-top gym warped face thing.
Yeah.
Multiple kind of episodes of each. And she's got another one as well, I think, where she kind of just does prop comedy in some way, which is a bit weird. That's why, like, it's funny. She's trying something else.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really interesting that even when it's like a crude, silly TikTok comedy account,
even creators need strategy and structure.
Exactly. Yeah. Even accounts like that, she went for a variation of the content pockets. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, and it's kind of the most efficient way to scale at speed. So like to add on to your kind of description of content pockets, like the way I've described it to clients before is if you're a B2B or just kind of Monday to Friday type business, what is your Monday to Friday? So line them out in series that you can repeatedly add things into, and you can figure out where your winners are. So even though these are the most stereotypical things, and please don't do this, but motivational Mondays, top tip Tuesdays, hump day comedy, whatever it happens to be, right? You line those out, and then they can be any different format within those. One could be a video, one could be a PDF, whatever. But it allows you to then go, right, I can make a whole month's worth of this and test different ways for that series to succeed. And then we just see what works on the other side by looking at the analytics on a monthly basis. And it's, to be honest, it's good that she's testing that, because I assume she went viral for the clip that we know.
Yes.
And so many creators will use that well until it runs dry.
Yeah.
And then they haven't tested anything at all. Whereas she's still given the thing that she's known for, plus testing out other stuff, because she'll need to. There's no other way to do it, almost. So maybe she has a marketing background, I don't know. Yeah. But it has to happen. Yeah. And brands need to do it as well, because you could, like, for instance, this could have been exactly the way something like a brand like a Curry's could have went, where their first few were really successful, and they could have just tried to rinse and repeat those. I call it chasing the dragon for clients all the time. I was like, stop it. Just stop going for the virality. Focus on your baseline. Focus on bringing it up. Focus on a real community. So if you're not focused on that, man, you got to do it. So shouts out for the experimentation, but we see real recognized as real.
Yeah, and that whole idea of, being deliberate, like she's deliberately trying this, in a way, from marketing professionals spotting that, it doesn't make me like or dislike her more, I suppose. It makes me kind of want to see her more, because I'm like, okay, it's like a fellow brain who knows the strategy. Let me see what she does with this. Yeah. And it's just a different perspective, I feel,
Yeah. I will say sometimes creators do overanalyze that situation. So, for example, she's gone viral for one thing. She's not in the camera for that one. It's just her voiceover. There are many different variations in which you can experiment within that to keep within the thing you're known for, but do it in lots of different ways. So, for the clip I was looking for is a guy who does, it's a very similar thing where he walks into his kitchen and just does the most loud, obnoxious, like proper heavy accent. And he just goes, right, lads, start the day, proper belter of a coffee. And he's got a massive music, ting, 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 ting. Well, really hits it like. And then that's the viral we get. This is the footage you first see, right? And he proper plays up the geezer going down the pub, going to beat everyone up, right? But then what he's done is now sometimes his missus is in the video, and she might be doing the washing up or something. He's like, get out of the way, go make me coffee. And a fucking belter of one. And he does it again. So now he's introduced another character there. Yeah. And then I saw him the other day, I think, attempt a trick shot or something with a spoon. I'm like, okay, he's given what the people want, but he's testing it in micro variations instead of macro variations like that creator's doing. So there's ways to look at it where how can you reinvent the thing that people want in lots of different ways to make that an ongoing series, because it's like looking at Friends, for instance. Friends had lots of different story plots throughout the whole time, but it was always the same sets. If they tried to reinvent Friends every episode, it'd be a right pain in the ass. However, keep giving the people more of what they want, add in new characters, personalities, or bits. That's how you can do those micro variations without having to reinvent the wheel all the time. So maybe she should look more into doing that.
Yeah, maybe. Well, whatever she's doing, I think it's working.
Hell
because she's the I don't know if it's like the original one that went viral, but that's got 1 or 2 million views, and then a couple others have millions of views, so doing very well. Yeah, I just thought it was cool. That like the concept of content pockets. You know, it sounds like a very deep marketing strategy view, but it works for comedy accounts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so it works for everyone.
Creator friendly and brand friendly people. It's got to be done.
And that's it. Yeah, geeky things. Something that I think everyone has an opinion on, or pretty much everyone has an opinion on who likes films. Adaptations. So there's an adaptation that I can't even remember why this one came into my head recently. I think I was watching Idris Elba on like Hot Ones or something. It reminded me of him in The Dark Tower. And it's the one thing that he's done that I've seen that I don't like, because I love Idris Elba.
He was miscast in that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as long with fucking everything else in that film.
Yeah, they really, really fucked. I remember seeing the fallout. Like, when the time it was made, the same media fallout you'd have now doesn't exist. But, like, yeah, it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good. I don't know, this is not current, but whatever. I saw Idris Elba and I care about The Dark Tower. Because I haven't read many books in my life. I've read a few books, not a lot, but I've read all 7 of the Dark Tower books. Yeah. And they're thick. They're big ones. Loved them. Like, that's why I read all 7 of them, because I thought it was so good. And they're kind of like, you know, some people call them Stephen King's Lord of the Rings, or Stephen King's Game of Thrones. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
It doesn't get to film unless it is that good.
Yeah. And what's so sad is the Dark Tower series, it's deep like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. It has so many different fantasy elements, different worlds. And what's so cool about it is it references Stephen King's other stories. Oh. This is what's so fucking cool. So, you know, Stephen King, well, the clown, is actually like a fucking weird spider scorpion thing.
Yeah, he's some spatial interdimensional creature, right?
Yeah. The Dark Tower is about those interdimensional places. So in the Dark Tower, he comes
from that place.
Yeah, in the Dark Tower, Roland, Idris Elba's character, meets the scorpion spider. And there's other things like that.
We all float down here.
Yeah. And you know The Shining? Danny, it's called Danny. He has The Shining, which is like mind control. No, like he can teleport messages with his mind.
Yeah.
In the Dark Tower, the main storyline is the villain is getting all the kids who have The Shining and using them to power this temple. So it
if someone had seen that movie, I would have had no idea.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say, is that the Dark Tower, it has so much potential to be fucking sick. Like, if you know Stephen King's films, you should watch the Dark Tower film and go, this is the best film
ever. If there's anything that needs a remake, it's that.
Yeah, but oh my God, they absolutely shat all over it, because they just took random elements from all 7 books and went, put that there, put that there, put that there, and I was so sad. But please tell me, what's an adaptation that you've hated?
I mean, to touch on that in general, like, I remember watching it, and it was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Even for someone that hadn't read the books or knew of it. Like, I only knew it was an adaptation of a book later on, once I was like, this movie is ass. Let me look this up. Yeah. I'm actively doing that because I love Idris Elba, and I was like, what are you doing, bro? Why is this happening? But I watched, because I love watching YouTube essays for some reason, always extremely late when I should be going to bed, but I'm watching, and I watched, I think it was like a 20-minute breakdown of why the Lord of the Rings film adaptation works so well, and it's so standout compared to so many other book like remakes or representations. And it's this weird mixture of obviously the director and the crew adoring the source material and knowing it well. So that's step one. It seems very obvious, but there's so many times when it's really clear that isn't happening, aka the DC universe. The whole Snyder cut of that. Like, I know some people like his style and everything, but like, that's not the DC a lot of us know. I mean, you can tell, just watch the animated Justice League series and you'll just see the vast difference in like just how real those characters feel, whether they're drawn or not. Like, so that's one thing. The second thing is that he translated, so this Peter Jackson, the director, translated a lot of the things that were, there might have been a line of Gandalf's, for instance, or something, or just writings from general characters, and he may not have given it to the actual characters that said it, but someone else said it, or he'll take something that might have been a description of like a place, so like them describing Mordor, for instance, but he takes the bit in the book where Mordor's being described and has given it to Lady Galadriel, for instance. So it's so close to the source material while changing it and adapting it for lines for individual characters, and that's what makes it feel so faithful, is that the writings of Tolkien are in amongst all the words all the time, whether they're just kind of descriptors of places or people or whatever, and it's constantly looped in, even if the variation of different things has changed. For instance, for those Lord of the Rings fans out there, there is a very, very important character called Tom Bombadil, which is completely written out of the story, similar to Peeves in Harry Potter, for instance.
Okay.
Peeves is not in the movies, but he's in the books. He's a poltergeist, he's a pain in the ass, but he's a big part of the stuff. But it was done lovingly, and they took some of the lines that Tom Bombadil said and they gave it to someone like Treebeard, for instance, and he said a lot of his lines. So it was the reference for the fans, because the fans are not in the books when you're reading it. It is a pacing like thing. Like you'll just go off and Tom will be doing some random shit and he sings a lot. So there'll be like a whole like pages of him just singing stuff, and you'll be like, I can tell why this couldn't go in a movie.
Yeah.
I can very much tell. But that's what made it feel true. And when the Dark Tower, that's a massive, expansive thing to reference all the other work that we've done at so many different times, and just telling that story properly is hard.
Yeah.
But they just have to adore it, and you have to find ways to make book person in a way. So that was that YouTube essay. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description because it was fucking brilliant. Yeah. And then my most hated adaptation is the exact same reasons that you kind of have beef with Dark Tower. Artemis Fowl. Familiar?
I haven't read those. I know the name, but I haven't read it yet.
Artemis Fowl, my favourite books. I don't care. Like, they're supposed to be kids' books, but I don't care. I love them.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
For those who don't know, Irish boy genius. And when the first book, he's like, I think 12 to 14 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Right at that age where you're smart enough to be like aware. He's a genius, obviously. He's like 200 IQ, whatever. But he's smart enough at that age, but he's also young enough to believe in magic. And he's done extensive studies and everything across the web and everything else. And he believes fairies are real. Nice. So he actively tries to capture one to go on. Like, he looks into the theory of the pot of gold and everything. And he thinks that there's an advanced fairy civilization that lives underground. And this pot of gold isn't a myth. It's a ransom thing they keep aside in case the fairy gets caught. Cool. And he actually managed to catch one. And, that's the plot of thing. But then they have like 12 books. There's a lot of books, right? And they're really, really good. Yeah. All the characters are extremely distinct, and they're extremely they're really cool, right? And Disney tried to make Artemis Fowl, and I haven't even watched all. It's an abomination.
When was it made?
I don't even know. Okay. But I remember seeing the trailer and immediately being viscerally mad, because probably the second most important character is Artemis's bodyguard, Butler. Okay. Butler's a cool fucking dude. He's 6'10", European Asian mix guy, and he's like one of the most best martial artists in the world. He's got weapons for days. He's a badass, right? Cool. He comes from the Butler family of security guards and bodyguards. He's the tippity top. And they just put a big black dude in his place. Okay. And I was just like, that's not Butler. I was like, you're going to put a red MAGA hat on, bro. What are you doing? I get so upset with representation in movies and what they're supposed to be. No one of any ethnicity asked to replace characters of a different ethnicity. They want their own original cool characters. Sure. Or if the ethnicity of that character didn't matter. Butler's background did matter. Hence why he has the martial arts background and stuff that he has. So it was just stupid. And the expansion of the fairy universe as well, and how they represented other main characters. Because they have leprechauns is actually the LEP. So that's their police force down there. So they link everything, everything mythical has some kind of variation in truth. They just misrepresented the whole thing. They're so technologically advanced, they know how to freeze time. That's how they end up sorting the whole situation out. It's just the worst. It's the worst fucking thing ever. I can tell they didn't read it. Yeah. I can tell that. I'm not even sure if they listened to an audiobook. They just didn't give a fuck. It's
Did everyone else hate it?
Oh god, yeah. I think it's one of the worst rated things Disney's ever made.
Oh god.
Hold on, let me.
So was it within the past 3 years, or was it 20 years ago?
Artemis Fowl.
Because they're
2020.
Okay, 2020, yeah.
4.3 out of 10 on IMDb. 8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
8%.
Yeah.
Gee.
It is diabolical. And they got the casting kind of okay for Artemis, but Artemis in the books has very sharp features. He's often he gets missed, and he's extremely pale because he stays inside all day studying. Like people mistake him for a vampire when he goes out. He's a very intimidating presence. Look at that gooby motherfucker and tell me that that's intimidating, bro.
That's not intimidating.
That's the kid from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Is it actually that?
No, he just looks like him.
Right, I thought you meant that actor.
That's someone from Spy Kids. Don't even try me, bro.
Yeah.
So
who else is in it? What, any big actors?
Cast. Let's have a look. Judi Dench.
Oh, yeah, that's a big actor.
Is Commander Root, who is a guy, a big burly guy who's always smoking a cigar.
Of course.
So there's that. Josh Gad as Mulch Diggums. This is
I know the name Josh Gad. I think is that a comedian?
Yeah, he's just another Hollywood funny fat dude.
Oh, Olaf.
Yeah,
I know him as Olaf.
Mulch Diggums is a really rough and tumble, dirty underground criminal. He's a dwarf who's a master thief.
Okay.
He's just not him.
Yeah.
That's just not him.
This sounds like a lot of miscasting so far.
Everything is miscasted.
Yeah. How sad.
I'm like stuttering over how much I hate it again. It's like triggering me.
That sounds sad. And the sad thing is as well that like you're probably going to have to wait another 10, 15, 20 years for them to remake it again.
I don't think they'll ever remake it.
Oh, okay.
Again. I'm not sure Artemis was like on the level of something like a Potter or anything like that. I was surprised it ever got filmed, to be honest. Like, I know they're fairly popular, but like they're not popular enough to retry it again.
Oh God.
But like just cast it properly.
That's sad, yeah.
The only thing I kind of get butler, because it might be hard to find like a 6'10" European Asian mixed guy who's a good actor. Sure, that might be a tough find.
Yeah, maybe.
But like even personality wise it didn't fit.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, I don't know if Stephen King's Dark Tower is big enough for them to give it another go. Maybe they will. I did read that they're going to do a TV series about the Dark Tower.
I feel like that would do it more justice.
Yeah, oh, definitely would.
It just needs more attention, a series with that much expansion. Like, that's why I'm kind of glad that Game of Thrones was a series instead of it. Like, there's no way on earth you would have been able to do Game of Thrones the way you did Lord of the Rings.
No, that's crazy.
I know it's weird because obviously Lord of the Rings, I'm not sure is it not? It's not as long because there's like 7 books in Game of Thrones.
Well, Game of Thrones hasn't finished yet.
What?
Game of Thrones.
Has he not done that yet?
No.
What does he do for a living, bro?
Nothing. He sits on a pile of money. That's all he does.
Hurry up.
Yeah, but that's actually that's a whole other topic, by the way, is fans of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire believe he might die before he releases the next book. And because of
Has he got some kind of backup plan for that?
I don't know.
He better have told someone how he wants it to end, although it sounds like he hasn't decided.
Yeah, I don't know.
But this is my biggest worry in life is not being able to see the end of One Piece in case the guy that writes that dies. Ichiro Oda. Biggest anime in the world for anyone who's not clued in, you should be. And he's only told one person. So the editor of One Piece, or the main editor, knows the ending in case he dies.
Cool.
He's not like old enough to die, but like he's in the range where like people drop dead for no reason. Oh, no. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be like pulmonary embolism. Like, oh shit! And it's literally been my worst nightmare. But luckily, since Oda is a genius, he has pre-planned everything, foreshadowed everything, and his editor knows what's what. So it's cool. We're fine.
I might have to watch some One Piece.
Oh mate, it will change your life.
Yeah, I will watch it.
And everyone gets intimidated by the amount of episodes. And I'm telling you, once you're at a certain point, you'll just like, God, I wish there was more. I hate the fact that I'm weekly. I want to be in that universe forever. But I've started my businesses after what that's called. I started my life after the main character. It is a life-changing experience.
Yeah.
It's, for me, the best story ever written, period.
Shit.
Any art form. And it sounds like exaggeration, but it's really not. You think the world building in Lord of the Rings is good? One Piece is insane.
Okay. Well, I've got to watch this then. I've got to watch this.
Yeah.
For the moment, I'm just going to cry about the Dark Tower film and never watch that again, ever.
Let's all go on Reddit and do incel cosplay and just fucking get angry at everyone.
Yeah, that's the solution. But for now, we're going to call it a day on episode 19, I think that was, of the Chronically Online Podcast. If you liked the sound of this and you're into marketing, want more marketing updates next episode, give this a like, give it a follow.
Yes.
And we will see you next time on the Chronically Online Podcast.
Peace, y'all.